Microsoft is pulling the plug on LinkedIn in China. The company announced the move in a blog post Thursday. The California-based company has become hugely popular globally with employers, employees, and job seekers, as its social media-like features make it easier for them to connect with one another while building their professional network. But 7 years after its launch in China, the company cited the challenges of operating in a country with strict government regulations over content sharing. LinkedIn said it would replace the Chinese service with a new portal called InJobs later this year. The new service will not include a social feed or the ability to share posts or articles. LinkedIn is the only major U.S.-owned social network operating in the country.
A warning Thursday from the International Energy Agency. The energy watchdog warns a global energy crunch is likely to boost global oil demand by 500,000 barrels per day, and that's enough to stoke inflation and slow the economic recovery. This red flag comes just days after the International Monetary Fund cut its global economic outlook for the year, due in part to inflationary pressures. Oil and natural gas prices have soared to multi-year highs recently, with crude oil in the $80 a barrel range on global markets Thursday. Power prices are at record highs with widespread energy shortages hitting Asia and Europe. Some countries have responded with rolling blackouts, and that's likely to stymie industrial activity, adding another ripple to the economic recovery. The IEA upgraded its global oil demand forecast for this year and next at a time when stockpiles in oil-consuming nations are already at their lowest since early 2015. Making matters worse, OPEC Plus is in no rush to pump out more oil. Prompted to slash production last year in order to avoid a price crash during the health crisis, the group has only returned a fraction of that oil to the market. On Thursday, top oil producer Saudi Arabia dismissed calls for OPEC Plus to boost oil output even more. Without a boost in supplies, the IEA predicts oil demand will continue to outpace supply at least until the end of next year.
U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren called for breaking up Amazon after a Reuters investigation showed the e-commerce giant had copied products and rigged search results in India. The Reuters report, reviewing thousands of internal Amazon documents, found that the U.S. company ran a systematic campaign, creating its own knockoff version of other sellers' products and then manipulating search results to boost its own brands in India, one of the company's largest growth markets. Wednesday's report showed that, at least in India, manipulating search results to favor Amazon's products, as well as copying other sellers' goods, were part of a formal strategy at Amazon, and that at least 2 senior executives had reviewed it. In response to the report, Amazon issued a statement that, quote, "We believe these claims are factually incorrect and unsubstantiated." The company did not elaborate. But the Reuters investigation drew bipartisan interest from U.S. lawmakers. In statements on Twitter and Facebook linking to the Reuters report, Democratic Senator Warren said, quote, "These documents show what we feared about Amazon's monopoly power, that the company is willing and able to rig its platform to benefit its bottom line while stiffing small businesses and entrepreneurs." She added, "This is one of the many reasons we need to break it up."
We will break up big tech.
Warren advocated the breakup of Amazon and other tech giants in 2019 when she was running for president. Since then, as a senator from Massachusetts, she has continued to apply pressure on companies like Amazon. Ken Buck, a Republican on the House of Representatives Antitrust Subcommittee, also shared the story on social media, saying, quote, "These documents prove Amazon engages in anti-competitive practices, such as rigging search results and self-preferencing their own products over competitors. More concerning, it contradicts what Jeff Bezos told Congress. Amazon and Bezos must be held accountable." Amazon did not respond to a request for comment on the lawmakers' statements. Pressure on Amazon is also mounting from another bipartisan group of lawmakers, headed by Democratic Senators Amy Klobuchar and Republican Senator Chuck Grassley, who plan to introduce a bill that would bar big tech platforms like Amazon and Alphabet's Google from favoring their products and services. This bill, which Klobuchar's office said would be introduced early next week, would be a companion to a measure which has passed the House Judiciary Committee. It must pass both houses of Congress to become law.
Bright yellow delivery drivers will be winding their way through London's streets with the words Yango Deli printed in bold. It's the latest player to launch in the UK's crowded delivery market. This time, the international e-grocery arm of Russian tech giant Yandex. we got a first look into its dark store in London before the launch.
Yandex Deli is e-grocery business. We deliver groceries within the 15 minutes and we have really large assortment to cater for the large group of customers. It's not like a typical snack shop or a cordon shop.
Yandex Deli is throwing its hat in the ring alongside a raft of new firms like Gorillas, Wheezy, Getir and Deja, which offer deliveries within 15 minutes of ordering, and have prompted traditional supermarket groups to rethink their business models. The firm is counting on its experience in Israel and Paris to help crack the London market, as well as Yandex's success in Russia with 15-minute grocery delivery under its Yandex Lavka brand. The company, which already delivers groceries from more than 390 dark stores or warehouses around the world, is expecting over 1 million customers in its first quarter of operation, according to UK General Manager Evgeny Chernikov.
We are not really the new company. We have already done that before, and we are the NASDAQ listed tech company with a massive bench of tech talent. That means that we can do many things much better on a much larger scale than the other ones. We know exactly what we are doing because we have already done that on the scale of more than 390 stores.
But the task for NASDAQ-listed Yandex is not straightforward, with significantly higher labour costs than its native Russia, and without any of the brand recognition the tech giant enjoys at home. Yandex is Russia's most popular internet search engine, as well as its largest ride-hailing service provider. But Chernikov says Yandex Deli's use of technology gives it a competitive advantage. It uses artificial intelligence to improve demand projections and only takes 2 to 3 minutes to put together a custom.
The latest generation of high-speed 5G wireless technology is only available less than a third of the time in the best-served states, new data shows. An analysis done by OpenSignal, released on Thursday, found an active 5G connection to T-Mobile phones 34% of the time, AT&T 16% of the time, and Verizon just 9%. A division within the Better Business Bureau has criticized claims made about 5G by all three of the companies, including one in August that prompted Verizon to change its claim about being the most reliable. The study's findings are in stark contrast to what carriers promise about 5G in their advertisements, which often leave details of what type of 5G a customer will get in the fine print. According to an OpenSignal report last month, South Korea tops the list of the best global 5G availability at 28% of the time, with Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and Hong Kong all above 25%.